Out there, so I'm bringing you this quick and easy recipe for making your own fresh tortillas. It's so easy. You can basically make corn tortillas, but I rather go buy them and then make the crispy corn tortillas. So what I have is I have a package of my tortillas. I have a pot with oil, enough oil to cover all of them. So what I do is I just take a few of them out, right? And basically I just start cutting them like that. You could also make them a little bigger if you want, but this is like the regular size. See how simple it is? Great, that's it. So you see? So now usually I put in, depending how big the pot, I'll put in like 20 little pieces at a time. But because I'm using a smaller pot, I don't know, maybe I'll make 10 at a time. See? I have my oil there. You can't see, but it's getting really nice and hot. You don't want it burning, but you want it very hot so that these can go in. And now another thing, when you put these in, they literally take about a minute to 2, not more than that, because you will burn them. Alright? But what I do is I keep moving them as I start frying them. And it takes so easy. It's so easy to do. And also what you're going to have ready is you're going to have a tray with paper towels to take them out. Okay, so I'm just going to wait till my oil gets a little hotter. And then we're going in. Guys, so here's how you test if your oil is ready. You take one. You see that, Bubbles? It's ready. So now another thing I do is I separate them a little bit, because if you put them in like thick chunks together, they're going to fry up together and you don't want, like, you know, you want one chip. So here we go. I put a few of them in there. I actually put more than 10. I guess it depending how much I think it's going to fit in the oil. So there you go. Once I put them in, I move them around. Make sure your spoon is dry, because you don't want no water in here. It'll jump up in your face. So now what I do is I take about a minute or 2. I move it around a few times to make sure they cook properly. And that's it. As you can see, they're changing color. You can't see it that well through here, but it's getting to be nice and golden. It's almost done. Another thing, if you want them to be totally flat, then you would place them one at a time. But because, you know, I just threw them in, some of them are coming out a little curled up. But don't worry about it. The next one will be flat totally. So that's about it. I'm about to take them out and drain them, because they're that nice golden brown. I don't want to burn them. So what you do is you make sure that some of the oil is out. Then you just lay them on your tray. And trust me, you know, it's a lot of oil, but you're not going to get all that oil in your chip at all. All that oil is going to drain in the paper towel. So there we go. Took about a minute and a half to 2. And now I'm going to finish up all the other ones, and you will see all the final result. Okay? Here we go, guys. My chips are ready. Now another thing you do is you put salt on top. And what I do is I totally let them cool, and then I store it either in a plastic bag, or I'm going to store it in this little container I have, which I had other chips. So as you can see, I got some light and some a little darker. I actually like them sometimes a little darker, and sometimes I like a little light. But it's really up to you. If you like them a little lighter and not as toasty, you can always take them out before they're this toasty. So this is extra toasty, and this is like a regular, see? And it's still crunchy and everything. And this is a 7-layer dip that I actually got from Stu Leonard's, which is one of my favorite supermarkets. So I'm going to just dip in a little bit. Just a little. So good. You heard that crunch? So good. So good. So, you see? You can make your own chips at home. So easy. It's really quick. It's about a minute to 2. Now, another thing. If you want for them to come out just nice and flat, not as curly as this one came out, you're going to put a little less as you're frying them. Okay? Because the more you put, the less space there is. So, me, because I just like them, period. I don't really care how they look. And it's for us, it doesn't matter. I put a ton of them. But if I'm going to, if I'm going to make some for like a party or get together, I'll probably bring out my bigger pot, and I will put less at a time so I could get it nice and flat and everybody could just get like a nice flat chip. So another thing, remember your oil should be very hot. Be careful you burn them because burn is just not good. Now another thing that you can do is before you fry your tortilla, you can put some lime on it if you want it to have lime flavor. I do that sometimes. You can add a little cayenne pepper on it and fry them up. After you fry them, you add a little cayenne pepper, and that gives it that little extra spice. Because remember, while they're hot is when you want to salt them so that chip could get all that salt. Because once they're cool, I feel like the salt just doesn't stick on it like when it's hot. So that's why I salted once it's hot. So right now, I'm just letting them get a little more drain in the paper towel. And I'm going to let them get cool so I can put them away. And we're going to enjoy them. All right? So thanks for just looking at this quick, easy, super easy recipe for making your own delicious corn tortillas restaurant style. Okay? Thank you.